Turning simple samples into futuristic rubbery alien sounds is one of my favorite pastime activities. And with the help of Patcher, stock plugins and a few LFOs, we can transform anything into IDM weirdness. By the end of the video, you will have a patch capable of changing the playback's tempo in two ways, controlling the rubbery alien sounds using two multi-band delay units, looping short fragments of the signal and changing its tempo. Pitch shifting the sound. And additional spring reverb and distortion controls. Let's start off with all the components of this Patcher preset. We will be using 3 instances of effector, 2 multi-band delays, a pitch shifter, fruity convolver, destructor, a limiter, and a whole lot of fruity peak controllers. First thing we need to do is to set up 2 effectors in a row and route it to the output of the patcher. The main idea behind this patch is to have a way of manipulating the tempo of the incoming signal, and effector's grain mode seems to be the best way to do it. Once you select the grain effect and set it to 1 by 1, you can loop the incoming sound and change the playback tempo. If you only have one active instance, it will loop one part over and over again, but there's a workaround. We're going to activate the bypass button and the tempo knob on both instances. Now to achieve continuous playback, we'll use 2 peak controllers. Activate the LFOs and connect them to the effects bypass of the effector. Both set to square shapes, but with opposite bass and volume values. That way the incoming sound doesn't loop. Let's add 2 knobs in the surface tab and name them Tempo 1 and Tempo 2. Now connect the knobs from the surface output to the tempo input in the effector. Now we can manipulate the tempo live in the surface tab. Let's connect the effectors to the multi-band delay. This is the first step on our processing journey. Our main focus is the scale, feedback and morph knob. We want to set the filter mode to linear phase and select the keep pitch option, and then set the delay time to 0.1 to get these sharp metallic sci-fi sounds. The next step is to draw different shapes in each bank, which will allow us to smoothly switch between them using the morph knob. The alien sci-fi sounds come from the interaction between the scale and feedback values, while the morphing option adds movement and a rubbery stretch sound to the mix. Now activate the scale, feedback and morph knobs. Let's assign a peak controller to each of the parameters. Use a sand-shaped LFO, raise the volume and activate the speed knobs on the controllers. Head on to the surface tab, add a multi-band delay 1 label and 3 knobs named after the parameters. Now we want to connect the knob outputs to the speed inputs of the parameter. We can manipulate the LFO speed as well as the effector tempo from the surface tab. Alright, calm down, let's get back to work. Now we want to connect it to the second multi-band delay instance. We will use the steep filter mode and turn the harmonic scale on, which will turn it into a resonator. Let's change the shapes in each bank once again. Now we need to activate the scale, feedback, keep pitch option, morph, and dry wet knobs. I only want to add an LFO to the morph option. The rest of the parameters will be dialed directly with the knobs in the surface tab for a more precise sound. Let's add a peak controller with a sand shape. Activate the speed knob and connect it to the morph input. And then head on to the surface tab. I added a second label titled multi-band delay 2. 3 knobs to control the parameters, 1 knob to control the LFO speed of the morph parameter, and 1 button to switch the keep pitch option on and off. Now connect everything in the map tab. It's starting to sound decent. The next functionality that will come in handy is an option to loop the signal. Let's connect the multi-band delay to an effector unit and set it to grain 1 by 1, square shape, and activate the bypass and tempo parameters. In the Surface tab, create a button titled Loop and a knob to control the tempo of the loop. Now we can loop short instances of the signal coming through the chain and change its speed. Time for the finishing touches. Let's route the signal into a pitch shifter and activate the pitch slider. Then into the structure. Turn off everything apart from distortion. I'm using Harmor Classic, just pick your favorite one. Add some preamp distortion and activate the mix knob. Now let's take the signal from the structure and split it. One going straight into the limiter and one going to the convolver reverb and then into the limiter. This way we can have just the wet signal going into the output. I want to have a spring reverb on it, but you can choose whatever you wish. Get rid of the dry signal and activate the wet signal parameter. The only thing left is to go to the Surface tab, add a slider for the pitch shifter, a spring reverb knob, a distortion knob, and connect everything. Now let's give it a try. We can use it to manipulate individual samples, melodies, field recordings, And that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if you want more patcher videos in the future. I'll see you around in a bit.